Hello friends, welcome back to Online Maths Up. We have this Olympiad problem right here to solve. Okay, so what we have is x power 3 minus y power 3 is equal to 99. So what are the values of x and y that will satisfy this equation? Okay, it just needs to remember one of the algebraic identities, which of course says that a power 3 minus b power 3. This is actually going to be giving you a minus b, and then multiply by a squared plus ab, and then of course plus b squared. This is the difference of two cubes. Okay, so in this case what we have is x, so we are just going to be expanding it in this form, and if we do that we are going to be having that this is x minus y, okay, and then multiply by x squared plus xy, and then of course plus y power 2, and then it's equal to 91. We've done expanding the left hand side, so we still find a way to expand this right hand side, and because 99 we have right here is a prime number, we can only write it as a product of itself and then 1. Okay, so what we're going to be having is x minus y multiplied by x squared plus xy plus y squared is equal to 1 multiplied by 91. Okay, and obviously you can see that this term in this bracket is bigger than the terms in the first bracket, so that if we compare, we can have that x minus y here on the first bracket is equal to 1, and then the second term, okay, we can call this equation 1, and then the second term x squared plus xy plus y squared will be equal to 91, and of course this we can also call as equation 2. Okay, so what we'll do is from equation 1 we're actually going to be making x the subject. Okay, so from equation 1 we can have that this x here is equal to, if we push y to the right hand side, it's actually going to be equal to y plus 1. Okay, so we can go ahead to substitute this value here. If you call this equation 3, so we actually put equation 3 in equation 2, and if we do that, whatever we see x, we actually replace it with y plus 1. Okay, so doing that, what we have here now becomes y plus 1, okay, all raised to power 2 plus y plus 1, and then multiply by y plus y squared is equal to 91. So we can go ahead to multiply it. So to multiply this, y times y is y squared plus 2 times y times 1 will be 2y plus 1 times 1 will be 1, and then of course plus y times y will be y squared plus y times 1 will be y, then of course plus y squared is equal to 91. Okay, simplifying, this is y squared, y squared, y squared, so summing all of them you have 3y squared, and then 2y plus y here will also give us 3y plus 1 over here is equal to 90. So that what we now have is 3y squared plus 3y is equal to 91, minus 1 here will be, which will be equal to 90. So we can actually go ahead to divide through by 3, since 3 can divide through, so that what we're going to be having is y squared plus y, okay, is equal to 30. This is cool at this point, and then we can subtract 30 from both sides, and if we do that we have y squared plus y minus 30 is equal to 0. Okay, so I can actually write this 30 right here as, I can write it as 5 squared and then plus 5 okay, which is basically 25 plus 5, and of course it's all equal to 0. So if I open this bracket, I'm going to be having y squared plus y minus 5 squared minus 5 is equal to 0. So bringing like terms together, I have y squared minus 5 squared, okay, plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so you can see this is the difference of two squares, and if you can remember, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b, and then multiply by a minus b. So using this expansion here, what I'm going to be having here is y plus 5 multiply by y minus 5, okay, and then plus the same what we have right here, that is y minus 5. Okay, so let me put this in bracket, and of course is equal to 0. So obviously you can see we've got some common terms right here. So y minus 5 is common. I can factorize that out, y minus 5, okay, so that if I factorize it out, what I have left on this side is y plus 5, and then I have 1 over here is equal to 0. Okay, so that we now have that y minus 5, and then multiply by, if you add 5 to 1 here, you're going to be having 6 is equal to 0. So we now have the 0 product right here, so which of course implies that here y is equal to 5, or y is equal to negative 6. Okay, so this is what we have. We've gotten the values of y, but then of course from equation 3, x is equal to y plus 1. So from here we can actually get what x is. Okay, so when y is equal to 5, we see here that our x is actually going to be equal to 5 plus 1. Okay, so we just put the value of x, the value of y right here, which will be 5, and then plus 1, and this is equal to 6. Okay, and then when y is equal to minus 6, as it is over here, our x is actually going to be equal to minus 6 plus 1, which is equal to negative 5. Okay, so putting all of the solutions together right here, so x comma y is now going to be equal to, so the first one we've got right here is 6 comma 5, okay, or the second one will be equal to minus 5 comma minus 6. So this is going to be the solution set for this question, and then you want to find out whether these will satisfy the problem we just solved. So this is x cubed minus y cubed is equal to 91. Okay, so we want to find out whether that is true. So let's check the first one. Okay, when x is equal to 6 and then y equal to 5, so we now have 6 cubed minus 5 cubed, would that be equal to 91? Okay, so 6 cubed is actually 216, and then 5 cubed is 125, and obviously if you subtract this is equal to 91. So the first one goes, and then for the second terms, which when x is equal to negative 5 and then y is equal to negative 6, what are we going to be having? So we have negative 5 power 3 minus negative 6 raised to power 3. Would this be equal to 91? Okay, so this is actually going to give you negative 125, okay, minus, so this will still give you negative 216. Okay, so will this be equal to 91? And obviously this is minus 125. When this minus multiplied by minus here is plus 216. Okay, and obviously if you subtract this is going to be equal to 91. So obviously the two terms the solution set which we've called do satisfy the problem we just solved. So that is basically how you solve this kind of problem. If you've got any value in this video, do not forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and then turn on the notification icon so that if we release new content, you actually get to know about it. And of course, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.